So my tinnitus level is the lowest it's been in probably 25 years. Um, and I feel like my hearing is better than it's been in probably 30 years. And the reason that I was seeking help was mainly because of hyperacusis. I was getting a real problem with sound sensitivity, and so that's what brought me to looking for help.
What was your experience with sound sensitivity, with tinnitus, with hearing? Tell us about what was wrong and what eventually you did to get better.
Yeah. So when I went for help for sound sensitivity, that's what I was initially going for. Obviously, I already knew that I had tinnitus and had had it for many, many years just from playing music. But they basically gave me a hearing test and said that I had hyperacusis and that I obviously had tinnitus, and said that there's really no cure for it. That the doctor that I had said that he had heard that there were some vitamins that you could take and stuff like that. And so I kind of left there with kind of a hopeless feeling, thinking that, oh my gosh, am I going to ever be able to play music again? Number one. Number two, am I going to be able to ever be in a crowded room again? So I know exactly what she's talking about, that feeling of that. And so that's what led me to seeking a cure.
Okay, so at this point in your journey, what would you tell to your younger self, someone who had these symptoms, clearly needed some help, was told
Yeah.
by a doctor there wasn't much they could do? What advice do you have now?
Definitely do your research and just look at what's available. And I would also say hearing protection is pretty important. I mean I definitely did do that, but I think some of the damage was already done. But there is treatment, and I never had heard of it before, but it made sense to me.
Okay, and how did you find us? How did you get connected with your audiologist from Treble Health?
Well, I was searching. I was, after I got that diagnosis, I was searching the word hyperacusis and what the definition was. And in searching that online, I came across some YouTube videos of that you had done and that a few of the other doctors. And I kept on seeing this common denominator of Treble Health. And so I said, well, I'm going to watch those and just see, these are people that are they were describing a lot of the same things I was having happen to me. And so I was interested in seeing what they had to say about it. Is it just something you have to live with, or is it something that can get better? And so as I watched, I did know that I noticed that when I had that, when it was at the worst, if I put in either earplugs, or if I put on my earbuds and have music at a low level, I noticed that I'd get some temporary relief. So the things that they were saying made sense to me, that maybe this could do it, you know?
That's great to hear. I'm glad that we could have helped. So, but you took the next step of actually signing up for a proper treatment. Is that correct? So tell us about that and what did you actually do? What tools did you use that helped you get better?
Yes. So when I went to my first consultation, and they kind of told me what the program, what to expect, kind of, maybe some of the pros and cons with it. And I ordered my devices. I decided to go ahead and go through with it. And I ordered the devices. They fitted me for the devices. Then we had another consultation where we picked some different options for sound therapy sounds. And so from then on, it was pretty much me just, okay, now I've got to commit myself to using the devices and being stringent with doing that and really paying attention to what's happening. And then we would meet. At first we were meeting every week, and then as I was getting more comfortable with the use of the devices, and then it was like every couple weeks, and then it became every couple months.
So what devices were you using and how would you describe what they sound like to someone who hasn't listened to them?
Okay. Yeah. So these are really, I guess they're actually hearing aids, and they fit over your ear. They're very non-intrusive. They no one can even really tell that I have them on. And what they're doing is feeding you. They're putting in low levels of either. For me, it's pink and white noise. I like that. There's many options you can choose for the different sounds that you want that help. They teach you how to put it just above, or I mean, just below the sound level of the tinnitus. And I'm telling you, within 2 weeks, I could already sense I was having very few flare-ups, and then within a month, the flare-ups were gone of hyperacusis. The tinnitus was still there. They had already kind of explained that to me, that this is going to take time, but the level, I noticed when I'd take those hearing aids out at night, it was quiet for the first time in probably 25 years. It was quiet.
So what you're showing is a successful sound therapy treatment, right? And
Yes.
um, it is quite often to have tinnitus and hyperacusis, sound sensitivity at the same time.
Yes.
That was certainly applicable in your case. Wow. So you're showing a story here that by the end of this, you were in a much better state. So how much better did things get? Do you experience any hyperacusis, and what level of tinnitus do you experience now?
Yeah, yeah, no hyperacusis and tinnitus.
Congratulations.
Yep,
Glad to
thank
hear
you.
that.
Tinnitus level is down lower than it's been in 25 years. And so while it is still there, uh, I feel like my hearing is better than it's been in 30 years. So when I'm working on my recordings or working on music and stuff like that, I can hear better than I could 30 years ago.
If you follow Treble Health and get value from these videos, I would highly recommend that you watch the full video from this clip right here, or subscribe to this clip's channel. Every little bit counts, and your support means the world to me. This is Dr. Ben Thompson with Treble Health.